All right, welcome to Big Wow ComicFest. This is the Toy Talk Live panel. How's everyone doing? How's everyone doing their Big Wow? Thank you very much for joining us. Oh yes, and thank you, Mr. Phils. Everyone with any cell phones, if you can please put it on vibrate or turn them off during the session, we really appreciate that. But before we introduce our panel, I'd like to introduce our sponsor for this panel. Andrew, he's a representative of Toy Worth. He's going to spend a few minutes talking about Toy Worth.
Thank you very much, Jim. I just want to say before we have a whole panel full of talented toy reviewers, if you haven't heard of Toy Worth, you might have seen later on this year. If you Google online toy price guide, I think #1, and if you Google toy price guide, ranking #4. And you add that, you can add a toy line and then toy pricing after that, and you should be popping up top 5 or top 10 of Google. So Toy Worth is an online toy price guide and archive system where you search toys, values, use as a checklist, and one of our goals is to make it a free service for a lot of collectors. There's a lot of websites out there that you can sign up or pay for a fee. And we want to start out as a free service just to test it out, but hopefully they'll have your support later on. And if you want to check out more information, go to total.com or find us on Twitter or Facebook. Until then, here's the issue.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Andrew. And Andrew will be sticking around for a few minutes if you have any questions regarding Toy Worth and all they do. Free toys. Oh yes, and of course, during our Q&A session, we'll be handing out prizes, and I can explain when we get there. So, with that said, we'll get started with, do you want to explain this, or we're good? Okay. So, we'll get started with Toy Talk Live here. We'll introduce first, Century Productions. Want to come on up?
He's alive!
You take the third seat right there.
Sweet.
Awesome. And our next guest is Sharp.
Wow.
All right. And last but not least, have a seat, Sean.
I miss clean shaven Charles. I can't kiss him anymore.
Yeah.
It's not loud, so
I miss that a lot.
awesome. So
You should review that beard.
review the beer. All right, so here's Toy Talk Live, and these panelists here, they have collectively over 180,000 YouTube subscribers.
Whoa.
So they are definitely a pro in their field. They cover everything from hot toys to Marvel Legends, and just about anything under the sun in toys. So,
And movies and video games.
so we'll start off with the first question here. I guess we'll start with Century at the end here. How long have you been doing reviews for?
I've been doing reviews for about 5 years, mainly Marvel Legends reviews, and I do a couple other reviews like SH Figure Arts, and I try to include some other people in my videos.
You have to eat the mic, alright?
It tastes so good. So yeah, I've just been doing it for a while. Helped create the Marvel Legends community, if you guys ever heard of that, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Place to be. Yeah.
Awesome. So how long have you been reviewing, Russ?
Around the same amount of time, 5 years. So Century and I got started posting videos at around the same. I actually remember he had a different username at first, but yeah. So 5 years. I started my YouTube channel in November of 2008, and then started posting consistently in 2009. And the wait was because I was kind of timid about letting the world know about me collecting action figures. And
Get you the chicks, man. Get you chicks.
yeah. That's what did it. Yeah. Hello. It's not working anymore.
Oh no.
Hello?
I have that power to switch off.
Hello. Oh, I'll just wing it. So, yeah. No, so yeah, 5 years is the answer. There you go.
Awesome. And for you, Sean?
Yeah, I'm, I guess the old fart of this group. I've been doing YouTube toy reviews. I've been on YouTube since 2007, but January 1st, 2008 was my very first toy review. Transformers Deluxe Classic Starscream. If anyone remembers that, yeah, you know the old fart me when I sucked. But no, I've been doing toy reviews. At first it was a hobby, and just like with these guys, you know, it's like I found a community that like without the Bottomless, who's our friend too, and a bunch of other people were just like, wow, people love toys too, and we're all old, and we play with toys, and we're all single. Well, not all of us, but hey, you know, like us here, like we have fiancés now, so it's like I said,
you're totally single, right?
I am totally available.
if anyone is into 23-year-old toy reviewers, this guy, you know, ladies, you know, but
I've got over 150 Marvel Legends.
he has a nice house too.
That always works, all the time.
By the way, I want to shout out to Constantine. Awesome, she's the best. Like,
Hey,
best
Constantine.
cosplay. Yes.
Woo!
Yeah,
Constantine.
like her on Facebook, she's the best. And but anyway, yeah. So we've been doing it for a long time, all of us. But yeah, I've been doing it just a little bit longer, and I'm really happy to we knew each other a long time ago from the band scene.
I've been famous for years. It's just nobody really knew it yet.
Yeah, he's
Except for Sean.
Yes, I like punk rock back then.
you rock elbows with Bruce Campbell now. So
Yes.
Oh yeah, and there's that too. Well, I used to play in a band. I still play in a band, but I played in a band that was doing pretty well for itself locally. And we had a label, and we had international distribution and all that stuff. And we toured around, played a lot of
Hell
shows.
awesome. Hell
Yeah.
awesome. California, that's a great album.
Yeah, California. And no, but so Sean and I had met back in the day. I just didn't know it because I was just so famous and kick-ass that like I just met people like at every show, just like, oh yeah, kiss my hand.
Kiss it. I don't
Yeah.
have time for this.
Yeah, or give me a water, one of the two.
Don't worry, he washes his hands. You know, he has good hygiene. Don't worry. But,
Yeah. Yeah, no, but yeah, you had a live show. And
Yes.
he was doing a live show, and I'd been following his channel, and then and I was just excited to talk to him on his live show and everything. And then we just started talking about music and had the same interests in music, and then started just talking about people. Like, wait, you know Iman? Like Iman was the singer of the band I was, and I played the drums.
Yeah, Dexter Danger. If anyone knows Dexter Danger, really awesome. And I used to like play with them and also like support them all the time back when he was in there. And I remember when he was the new drummer, and I was like, oh hey, what's up? I'm Sean. Nice to meet you. I go with I'm friends with Iman, Christine, and all of them. But anyway, I remember when we were talking on that live show, and all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, you were in Dexter Danger? Or like, I've been begging.
Yeah, dude, singing my song. He sang the song I was playing with in the band. That blew my mind. So yeah, that was pretty crazy.
So band scene doesn't work out. Just review toys on YouTube. That's the long story short. So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so before we go on, Sean, let's do some business.
Oh yeah.
You thought we were going to talk about toys, but I thought it'd be better we talk about my band instead. So.
By the way,
we
rest
just
in
want to talk
peace.
about how famous.
Rest in peace, Ultimate Warrior. Like he's the Ultimate Warrior. Yes. Ultimate Warrior. We got Andre the Giant and Stone Cold, and that's the bottom line because Sean wants it. So yeah. Yes. So thank you too.
Thank you, Sean.
This is going towards the wedding.
Yes, my prayer, Sean, so you can support his way.
Yes. It's all about the Jacksons, baby.
Okay, so.
Oh yeah. So we're doing a panel. Right?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I
But
forgot.
it's always great that we get together to talk about everything,
Yeah, we're
especially on
really
toys, but moving along.
Yeah. Wait. So
Yes.
So going back to how we all started and everything. Sean Long was primarily a Transformers guy.
Right.
Century Productions and I reviewed a line called Marvel Legends. And can I get an applause for those of you who know what Marvel Legends are? So that's now I'm right in between perfectly because I started the channel wanting to be a Transformers reviewer and nobody cared when I posted my videos, and then I started posting my collection of videos, and then people started to care, primarily this guy. And then you started doing reviews, and then I copied him, and then I started doing reviews, and then he started promoting me, so I'm just a leech. I leech off of both of these guys right over here.
He's the sweetest leech of all time.
And I haven't seen a dime of that money.
No, you never will.
Tell Jay from Marvelous News to send you a check.
Yeah. Okay.
But this guy's the best. I love that my friends are fellow toy reviewers, and like I said, it's so cool that, you know, like when we, even back when BKBN was a thing, you know, we were just a community of guys that really love the same thing, and it's really cool that whether we're in our 20s or 30s now, and some of us are even 40s or older, that can do this and feel accepted, and that's what's so great about YouTube and the community, like whether it's cosplay or toy reviewing or comics or anything, it's just great to have a community, and like I have the greatest community right here, and I'm really happy to work aside these guys. So.
And now, speaking of work, this is your job, right?
Yes, I don't do anything else. Well, I do like, you know, some dirty jobs on the side. I won't talk about. No, I clean dishes. That's what I'm talking about. No, but no, seriously, this is the only thing I do. I cover toy reviews, and I go to conventions, and it's a dream come true. And I'm hoping that these guys too, that's all they do. I know you're getting there, man. You got like almost 50,000 subscribers. I'm really happy for him.
Well, thank you. And I just lost my job, which is great. Yeah.
So I've had more reviews.
Yeah. Well, I kind of had to quit from I had to make a leap, and it's such a weird thing because it's such a new thing to be a professional toy reviewer. I said it publicly, I'm a professional toy reviewer, and what the hell is that? I said I'm a toy critic.
Yeah. Sorry.
No.
Yeah, Sean, this is, he's putting out a video a day at this rate.
He's making us look bad.
You've been doing that for a while now.
I know, you were so freaking hot, man.
I was working 40 hours a week and doing that for
a
long time, and then finally it's just, you know, things have changed. I had to spend, you know, more time with family.
I know,
My beautiful, lovely Charlotte One over here.
She's an amazing photographer. I like her.
She's the one with the camera right over there.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, let's go up to the fiancés now. You're the I just want to say, like, it's cool, like, going back to what we were saying, it's cool that we
I didn't see that.
Well, you know, since both of us.
Someone give me that guy's shoe. I need that guy's shoe.
I need those laces.
I didn't give a shoe. Give me that shoe. I want that shoe.
I wish we had that on camera.
Yes.
Whoa! No! That almost hit me. Oh, I swear.
You're hiding.
I felt like this was Angry Birds, that was the bird, and I was like, eggs, and like, I was like, what Yeah, that, good catch, by the way, thank you for saving my life. This guy saves me so much.
All right, enough about that. All right, so I want to know what determines what you guys review. Like, is it mainly like personal taste, or is it actually you get? I know it's like Sean. In fact, you too, Sean, is that you get figures from companies, and it's like that's part of the, I guess, deal.
Yeah, what's that like?
Yeah, what's that?
Yeah, I have to spend money on toys.
Yeah,
whatever that's like.
Well,
Don't worry about it, we got your shoe right here.
Yeah, I got your shoe, man. Hey, hold on. Wait. It's not that easy, brother. You gotta come back with an action figure if you want to trade this shit.
I know. You know, Marvel Legends Blue Wasp, they'll trade it for that. Marvel Legends
just
Blue
kidding.
Wasp. This will be the most famous shoe on the internet right now. But yeah, like going to your question, Shu, both me and Charmis have been really lucky where we've had companies. You've been recently with NECA, which is awesome, and then you have Sideshow Collectibles.
Yes.
It's really cool, and even Hasbro, I heard, like has starting to do with like the news website, so hopefully they'll do with T-Formers, and I know you've gotten a few things with tformers.com, but it's the greatest thing when companies that you admire this stuff, like me, I've been a Hot Toys collector since 2008, and now Sideshow send me stuff I would have bought for free, like, and I'm just so like grateful, and I'm so ecstatic that it's just like, please, can you review this for us? Like, hell yeah, it's like,
Oh yeah. Well, it's an honor, and you want to keep it. It gets tricky because there's stuff that you kind of get. Well, I try to keep tabs on what people are saying in comments and stuff like that, so you start to get. It is hard, but you start to get a feeling of what people want to see. And then you have the stuff that you just want to review. So just like taking out that whole factor with like companies sending stuff to review, there's thought put into, okay, what do I want to review and what do I think people are going to want to see?
Yes.
And then you have these people that send stuff, and it's like, okay, well, they want now. one thing that I make very clear when I deal with people, if I don't like the figure, if I don't think that there's anything good I can say about it, I will not review it. And if you don't want to send me stuff anymore, then that's fine. Because I'm not going to tell people that this is a great figure if it's not a great
Let
figure.
me ask you real quick, have you ever, any of you guys, done a review where like, you just like, maybe halfway into it, you're like, man, this figure is just bogus, I don't want to do it anymore. Or it's like as reviewers, maybe if you owe it to your viewers, it's like, well, maybe I should review this because, show how bad, how bad they are.
Well, when it comes down to it, you're a toy reviewer.
Yeah.
You're not just, promoting the toy and just, oh, this is the best toy out there, you gotta go and get it.
Oh, yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? You gotta really get down to business and really figure out what the flaws are, and, what's wrong with the figure, and get people your honest opinion about it. And that's a pure toy review.
Exactly. I think the biggest thing we've gotten criticized for is that we're really positive, and especially we're very energetic in our videos. But the thing is, we're very honest. We'll say, "Dude, this figure sucks."
Well, I gotta ask you this: like, have you guys? So I asked you guys if you know Marvel Legends. Are you guys familiar with Tamashii Nations, Bandai, SH Figuarts, that stuff?
We go together, Japan Tamashii Nation.
Okay, that's like another. I'm huge on articulated figures. I love articulation in figures, and Bandai Tamashii Nations. I think they do some of the best articulated figures out there. Now that's a toy line I'm already in love with. Like I just love what they do. So now you have a situation where, hey, Tamashii Nations sends something to review, and then I'm going to review it as if I had bought it or not.
Yes.
But because it's Tamashii Nations, it's going to be a positive review more than likely. There are times where there's things that you don't, but for the most part, you get into, it's kind of like, well, I would have given a positive review on this anyway.
Yeah, of course.
So people criticize, but yeah, anyway, I feel like we're talking too much about ourselves. We should talk about action figures more. I think people want to hear more about the action figures.
Well, it's interesting that you brought up points of articulation. You want to bring out your Spider-Man?
Yeah, let's talk about figures, man.
I'm going to talk about my personal life real quick.
This right here is an older figure. This is
both Sentry and Charlemagne reviewed.
Yes, both of us. He reviewed it first, but this is an articulation diagram that you can see it over there if you can't see it clearly, and it points out every single point of articulation on this. This has 67 points.
Yeah, it has finger movements, elbow joints, and everything you can want. Action.
Yeah, so he's got all the. Actually, you can just leave that up there, and I can open this.
He's more articulated than my grandma for sure.
Yeah.
I love your grandma. Thanks for breakfast this morning. Anyway.
Yeah. So this is something that for me has personally been a constant issue with retailers as far as like where's the rub between actually. Can we talk about this? Yeah. All right. Yeah. So. This is something that I feel like has been a constant battle with toy companies. I mean, are you guys into articulation in your figures? Some people really do not care. All right, Clayton Maine does. But I really think a lot of adult collectors really like figures that you could pose around. And it's kind of funny because this is how men play with their toys. This is really what we do, is we pose them around. And you typically either take a bunch of pictures, post it on Facebook, wait for people to either talk, smack about it, or give a positive feedback, or you just have it displayed in the pose that you want it in. So a constant issue I think that happens with a lot of toy companies and where they get a lot of negative feedback in general, whether they be reviewers or not, is a lack of articulation and what you could really do with the figure. And this thing is an amazing piece. This was sculpted by Dave Cortez and produced by Toy Biz back in 2003.
Right.
And I think it was 2003 or 2004. I could be wrong about that.
Right before, I think, the second Spider-Man.
Yeah, Spider-Man 2. Yeah, the Sam Raimi Spider-Man 2. So this is just something that we wanted to bring to show off, just show something that's fully articulated, which is kind of like an ideal piece of what we want, except, well, it's not ideal actually. I should take that back, because this thing is extremely articulated in comparison.
Almost to the point where it's hard to stand
Spider-Man with that stupid.
He calls it the flip hand. I always call it the rock on hand.
Yeah.
So by the way, that's a good point. Like in the Hot Toys community, people get upset when you see joints. When you see these joints. I don't care. Like people got upset about the Hot Toys Roadblock. Dwayne the Rock Johnson played Roadblock, and G.I. Joe Retaliation. He had double jointed elbows, but you can see the joints in him. People are like, what the hell, man? Why are you showing the joints? That looks terrible. Hot Toys, blah, blah, blah. I hate you. All of life sucks. Anyway, but no, yeah, but I thought it was great. I love having articulation. I don't care if the joints show a little bit. Like, what do you guys like? Okay, if you're all about more articulation, say yay. Yay! If you're all about showing like no joints, say nay. Say
The statue panel is actually next door. If you guys want to go check that out.
I like statues, but I'm all about action figures. Like a figure should be able to move, it should be able to get those iconic poses. So I don't care if joints show. Like even with Hot Toys that are like high quality, like almost like scary realistic, like I don't care if they show joints. So it's good that other people feel the same way, but some Hot Toys collectors like, oh my god, I can see the joint, what the hell Hot Toys, you suck now, I won't buy your figures anymore.
Now I have to ask you, yeah, I already know the answer to this, I think, but what's the most important articulation on action figures?
Oh man, are you talking to me? Are you talking? Are you swear you're asking me this question right now? True, you know the answer. I know, you said you know the answer, so.
I know the answer, I think.
Of course,
I love, yeah, Spider-Man's all over.
Oh, he's dead.
My favorite point of articulation is technically called an ankle rocker. I call it an ankle pivot. Yeah, it's an ankle pivot. And the ankle pivot is actually this side-to-side movement right here. And that, for me, can make or break a figure. Has anybody picked up the DC Collectibles Greg Capullo Batman figure? Has anybody got that?
I got the Nightwing.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, you have the Nightwing? Okay. Good figure, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I haven't reviewed it yet, but I have mine. I'm devastated that DC Collectibles has actually provided the most articulated Batman 6-inch scale or 6 or 7-inch scale Batman figure out there, but it does not have the frickin' ankle pivot, man, and it drives me nuts because it's so articulated. Not as much as this guy right here, but pretty much like a Marvel Legend. It's articulated like a Marvel Legend, but it's missing the ankle pivot. What it has instead is side-to-side movement, and you can move the ankles up and down. But what you really need is that pivot so that you don't get air gaps between the feet and the floor.
Yeah.
And it seems like it's something that doesn't make a big difference, but if you can't, wow, this pose, right? But you can't have the figure stand up well if it doesn't have feet that can be planted into the ground. And that's why I bring up Tamashii Nations, Marvel Legends, and all this stuff. They most of the time always have that. Most of the time have that ankle pivot.
More recently, you'll
Yeah,
see,
even
especially
Hot
with the
Toys.
new and improved ankle pivots.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Hot Toys can get a little limited about
The boots
ank-
sometimes.
yeah, the boots. And that's another thing, actually, that's one thing I kind of want to talk about. Now, you've actually transformed from being mostly a Transformers reviewer to a Hot Toys reviewer. You're like the Hot Toys guy.
Oh, thanks.
And
I'm a hot guy too, but no, that's no, I'm just kidding.
it's a matter of opinion.
As long as she cares, then that's what matters.
But the thing is that I'm starting to see with time, and as I have more Hot Toys myself, that I refuse to pay for, they actually.
I don't pay for one hot toy yet. Oh, it's all big.
I paid $35 for one, and
Oh, good.
Oh, that's steep, man. That's real steep.
yeah.
For which one?
Hulk. I put a down payment on.
Oh
Hulk.
yeah,
my
that's what you did.
Yeah.
Insurance.
And another, so, hey, but I work for my Hot Toys figures, okay?
Yes.
I'm gonna have Spidey sit right here. All right, but anyway, one thing I want, but I swear to God, Clayton, if you scuff this thing up, you are buying me. This is $145, bro, so do not, you can hold it, but you can't pose it.
You're gonna have to trade one of your kids for it if you mess it.
Anyway, so the point I'm getting at is with Hot Toys figures, as I have more of them, I have guests come over. And, and I have this shirt that says ACBA on it. I'm going to get to my point in a second, but is anybody here familiar with articulated comic book art in the ACBA community? Awesome. ACBA is basically adult collectors posing the heck out of the figures and getting diagrams and effects to a point where it just looks incredible. And ACBA
Super realistic.
yeah, it's like the top-notch posing photos and videos and stuff like that. Anyway, I was in New York visiting Book Nice 10. Book Nice 10 is the guy who's led this whole ACBA thing. And I had a Hot Toys War Machine figure with me. And
Love
yes, it is. But I'm gonna start bashing Hot Toys in a second. Okay?
Oh.
Yes, I'm gonna do it.
That's it.
I'm totally doing it. Yeah, yeah.
Years.
It's happening. I hand it to him, and I tell him, okay, before you move the leg joint, you want to lift this little flap over here, and if you want to move the wrist, you have to turn this around over here, and before you move the head joint, you want to make sure you twist before you lift, and there's all these little rules that come with these really expensive figures. Yeah, the directions.
Yeah,
Yeah, he just told me yesterday about
He's
that.
holding the figure, and he goes, he's from New York, he's got this act, he's like, I'm scared, I don't really want to pose the figure no more. And I'm like, and then so now you're left with so now you got a cool looking piece that you can't pose.
Yeah.
And damn, that was loud, I'm sorry. But so that to me I think is a part that you actually take away from the piece. Like what good is it if you can't pose it? You know what I mean? Like,
Well, I've been posing just like it's.
but they rip, they fall apart. Their boots restrict the ankle pivot. Like they have all these things that
I wouldn't know.
Well-
I don't have Hot Toys.
Well,
No.
well, but the difference is, it's like it's just like you're wearing an actual costume itself. And cosplayers know this. When you're being like dynamic poses, you're gonna rip something over time, and that's because it's the actual outfits that are on those figures. They're not plastic; they're actual fabric and actual like material.
Yes.
So that's like the big difference. Okay, yes, there's other figures like Tomash Nations where you can pose them and not worry about it, but then these are figures that are pretty much mini versions of the actual actors, and they're coming to life, and they're wearing actual, like, people buy Hot Toys, like cosplayers buy Hot Toys so they can know how accurate to make the costumes, and that's what they are, like statue quality like pieces with articulation. So yeah, it's like a give or take, obviously.
yeah, and the take is how much you can really play with it. So when I have my Hot Toys on display, I pose it and I leave it there and I make sure that things not gonna fall over, because if those things fall, you are done. Like you've ruined it.
Yeah.
Like, it's completely over. Yes, thanks for dropping my Spider-Man, Mr. Bills.
Oh my god. Hey, congratulations, he got 1 million views on this Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Thanks to Charlie
Thank
Ryan for doing that. That's
Thank
awesome.
you. Thanks.
So it's his first milestone.
Well, thanks to all the 1 million people or the one person that watched it 1 million times, which was probably you.
I watched it 500,000 times.
Oh,
It took me 2 weeks.
Oh, it's like 730,000 times. So there you go.
no, Clayton. No, don't try it,
Century
bro.
has
Don't try.
And Century has what, 6 million views on your Spider Hulk?
Yeah, I think it's one of the most viewed action figures.
Actually, yeah. So yeah. Well, but anyway, so I'm.
Anyways, let's get back to him.
Yeah. Stop talking about your views. Nobody cares.
Let's put this in front of me.
Yeah.
It's just nice to know that he's alive, because I miss this guy. I haven't seen this guy in a long time. I only see him once a year at Comic-Con. So it's really
Yeah,
nice
I've
to see
been in a bunker,
Yeah,
actually.
I miss you, man.
Ran out of
Where have
food.
you been on my life, man?
But on the other end, talk about. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
But the give and take. Oh, nice.
Here, hold on.
And poses room.
Oh, you just scuffed the face.
So that was $180, was it?
Yeah, this is a $150 figure right over here. I spent
I only spent 50.
$150 on this guy.
Yeah, shop around on eBay.
And this is not something that was sent to me. It was sent to me, but I paid for it.
Don't break too close to the edge.
Yeah, I know. No, I got it.
Alright, so,
Yeah. So overall, I want to say really quick though, and I'll finish up my point. But now Marvel Legends is something that Century and I have reviewed a lot of, but they don't look anything nearly as realistic to the Hot Toys. The Hot Toys look dead on, but you can pose the hell out of them.
Yeah.
So so you have that fun factor involved with it
Well,
too.
and Marvel Legends also had, I mean, they set the pace for articulation, in my opinion, in the early 2000s.
What is that?
Especially the, going from the 3 3/4 inch to the 6 inch, making that, a name out there, so I think.
Wait, say that again?
Well, the standard action figures 3 3/4 inch, it started out with Joe's and Star Wars figures. And now they're, drifting over into 6 inch figures, and I think Marvel Legends just did a really good job of introducing new pieces of articulation, sculpting, paint application, and I mean, this toy line's been going on for over 10 years.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's a really great line.
Yeah.
If you guys have never heard.
We got DQ soon. We got people. Like
Yeah,
this,
but this is your standard Marvel Legend thing that I'm talking about. So yeah, Hail Hydra. But my point is that the middle ground, and why I like Marvel Legends so much is because you can pose the hell out of this thing. It's very unlikely to break just by posing it, and it has good paint sculpt and everything involved. It's not as top notch as a Hot Toy, but you get far much more articulation out of it, and this is why I think, like, as far as superhero figures go, this is the way to go.
Not nearly as generic as the DC Universe classics either. That same guy over and over.
Yeah, well, they're done.
Yeah, they're done.
They're pretty much over. But anyway, so Q&A.
Yeah, well, one thing I want to quickly add on that is just that, but the thing is, Hot Toys do have that same articulation.
The gun's gotta come up here. Anything to drop is fine.
Yeah, we're gonna need that shoe back up here.
Hey,
All right.
Hey.
Yeah, let's do the Q&A and stuff. Do you guys want to ask questions?
Well, hold on.
Oh, okay,
Well, I'm
okay.
gonna move this real quick. So like, you know, as a consumer, for those who aren't like toy, you know, conscious of what's out there, there are incidents that happen. There's, on the left is what the actual stock of an action figure is.
Oh,
And that's
oh, yeah.
action figure swap. You find that somebody would return at Target. So, you know,
That's
that's,
taking advantage.
By the way, I want that like
That's
red
what it is.
arrow. I want red arrow on Longshot's body. That's
Yeah.
pretty awesome. I really want that. Can someone find me that?
Yeah, I'd pay $20
That'd be
for that.
awesome. Longshot with red arrow's
Yeah.
head. That's pretty awesome.
and then yes, there's Marvel Legends Carnage and a custom tarantula, which actually they did a good job on that.
The customizers like hate the work. It's like I'm gonna trade my figure for.
I can't tell the difference on that picture.
And what is that? A man bat head? What is that?
Yeah, that's man that had some other accessories, so that's just weird. And it's not limited to Marvel Legends. They do it in wrestling figures. Yeah, Bondongo. That's right. And then looks like it's David Batista in the same packaging as well. And by the way, the Elite figures are more articulated. That looks like a basic figure right
Yeah,
there.
that's a basic.
And it even happened to our very own Sean Long.
That is my.
Right there. So, wait, hold on. Don't say anything, Sean. If anyone noticed anything different between the two pictures there? Yes?
Winter Soldier knows.
Figure part.
Yes, exactly. So the build-a-figure part, the leg, it's supposed to come with the leg, but someone replaced that with the hand. They didn't want the whole action figure. So just want to spread the word out. You know, just be wary about, you know, buying your action figures. You know, do your research online. You have a smartphone on you. Look on it before you purchase.
Or buy it at bigbadchoices.com.
You'll see that. That's a lot more common in like the 5-packs, you know, when they
Yeah.
put a bunch of figures, it's like people only want the one out of it.
Right.
And they'll take the one out of it and replace it with another one, and now you're stuck paying $50 for 5 figures, and you're only getting
Yeah.
4. You know?
Yeah, which, too bad that doesn't happen with the X-Men, was it the Toys R Us line?
Well, I mean, I saw at Toys R Us, there's some guy that there was like 5, there's a shelf warming, there's X-Men packs. Have you guys seen was it the
Well, it's the
all-new
first
X-Men packs?
class. Yeah, all new X-Men. It's the first
Yeah,
class. We have the yellow
5 figures, yeah. Someone took all the Marvel girls out of them. They cut it open with a razor and took all the Marvel girls out of them.
Wow.
5 packs. So $90 each. $90 each.
Damn. Some guy has a serious thing for Marvel.
Because they're customized, you know.
Okay, so
I just probably got a little excited and shot a missile underneath.
Okay, so with that,
Marvel girl now.
Yeah.
okay, so with that, we'll go ahead into Q&A.
You can line up right there.
If you have any questions, you can go ahead and line up. The way we're going to do this is you get prizes for asking questions, but we exit out of this for a second here. We have a number system between 1 through 50. So tell me any number from 1 to 50, and then ask your question, and you can claim your prize from Andrew over there. And yeah, go ahead.
These better be awesome prizes.
Well, there's some, and then, you know, I think there's like one doll in there, but then, you know, there's some good, and then some pretty good.
If anything's not claimed, like, I obviously get it, right?
I'll trade you for that.
Oh, okay.
It's some actual cool stuff in the office.
We'll just share it
Do you
between
want
the
to say
two.
about first or second?
You know, yeah, just give me the number first, and then.
49.
49, okay, we'll have the 49 set up, and go ahead with your question.
For Sean and...
Yeah, step up to the mic.
How were you first approached about sponsorships for toys?
Oh, okay.
Well, technically, neither of us have sponsorships. It's an advertising deal. So we cannot say that we have sponsorships. Well, wait. No, you have your sideshow collectibles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're for Big Bad Toys. Technically, we are advertisers for them. It's not really sponsorship. Like all of us here are big. Like don't you have
No,
Big Bad?
Spencer's not. No.
I used to be.
Oh, I'm sorry. But yeah. Well, so we like with Big Bad Toy Store, we were asked to like advertise for them, but we're not sponsored by them, so we can't say we're sponsored, but we can do it. But with other things like say, I guess with NECA, well, or with me like Sideshow, I am sponsored them. They consider me press, so they'll send me press samples to review, and in turn they give me a press link to advertise them and to like promote the thing. So it's kind of like a win-win. Okay, it's like you give us a review of the figure, and people will buy through your review and all that stuff, and so it's really a great thing because
It's to drive traffic to their site.
yeah, exactly. So
For the product.
it's like the same equivalent of putting a Super Bowl ad for what they do with us and stuff like that. But like, how about like with you?
And I've just straight up contacted them. I just asked for it. That's
That's
really
my
it's just
thing,
good for the channel. I have to look at it in the sense where like, okay, I want as much stuff posted as possible, so I just ask.
I think
It's like really that's most of the time can I have your free toys?
like I know like real good.
Please, I like free toys.
You pay for the shipping.
But the main
No.
thing is, and to get sponsorships, because I know a lot of people ask this a lot, just constantly like make your high quality videos, like, talk about everything you want to talk about in the toy, like, articulation, detail, accessories, size comparisons are always good, and, just make it like a very informative, and for me, like, what we like to do, like, entertaining review, and then that's how usually Big Bad or Alter Ego Comics or Sideshow, they'll send it to people. And obviously, we've been getting like, we have a lot of subscribers and we get a good amount of views, but anyone can get to our point. It just takes a lot of work. Even this guy works his butt off, so I want to commend him.
Even this guy.
Yeah, no, I mean, this guy works his butt off. He makes me like I need to work harder, but it's like, you need a break sometime. This guy deserves a weekend once in a while with his fiance. He works his ass
I
off.
did that once.
Okay, so you want to see your prize, you just want to play it in.
Yeah.
Well, let's see what he wins. You want to hand that over to? It's a 5-pack GI Joe
Review it right now.
Yeah.
All right, so,
Please.
and knowing is half the battle.
Yeah.
Gee,
We're gonna split the figures.
No joke, bro.
All right. Go ahead, Clayton, pick a number.
Oh, nice.
Let's see if we can get real quick.
Hi, Bishop, I missed you.
7, new 7.
Number 7? Okay, 7 it is.
Yeah. What's up with y'all?
How's it
I
going?
sound good with a microphone.
What's up, Bishop?
What's up, what's up?
I can't wait to see you next week.
From the future?
Oh, thanks. Let's just hope I don't die within the first 5 minutes, right? Alright, I got like 2 questions, alright.
Only one.
Are you really
Only one?
A two-part question?
We'll give you 3 to Mr. Bishop.
Okay.
But you only got one figure.
Yeah, well,
I only want that figure right there. The Spider-Man. You gotta look at each other like, alright. But the first question is, what do you think is a better line for like Marvel Legends, the 3-inch or the 6-inch? They're starting to put all the characters on the 3-inch now. They even make characters that even made the 6-inch, like Death's Head.
More accessible. I think you get the
Yeah.
3/4 inch, you got more space. Suppose in 6-inch, they're usually generally harder to find,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Yeah. A lot of the 3-inches be kind of rare too, like Blade. I've seen Blade once.
Yeah, no.
And the other question is, how do you feel about Hasbro, what they're doing with their figures? Like, it seems to me they're bootlegging their own toys.
Yeah.
they were listening, finally.
A little bit.
Okay, well, I want to touch on the 3/4 inch versus 6-inch thing really quick. So,
It's about 1/6 scale here, but
yeah. But I honestly like the 6-inch scale more because you can see this, like, from I don't know, probably 3rd row or something, you could probably see that. At some point, you're not going to be able to see much of the figure anymore, right? So like, how big is your display shelf from where you're most likely to look at it? 3/4 inch, you're not going to really pick up on the paint shading or the detail. You have to be like, you know what I mean? Like, in your face to look at it, like, oh wow, like, that's really
Super hard to
Look at that
display.
pink detail, oh that's sick. What are you doing, man? You can't put it down and observe it and enjoy it.
Yeah.
With this guy, you can look at it from a distance, put it down, and then really enjoy it. Like from, that's what I like to do. I like to set them up, display it, and then look at it.
yeah.
Just, so
Hope it doesn't
so that's
fall.
my answer for that. And then, and then the kid bashing within the company kind of thing. That's your second question.
Yeah.
I think it's a smart move as long as they try to get creative with the way they do it, because as I've talked to these guys more and more, they have to constantly save on costs and whatnot, and you start to kind of get a little empathetic towards that because you want it to continue, and because Marvel is such a baby compared to the other toy lines that are out there. Star Wars is just a guaranteed moneymaker, and then even, well, I don't know about G.I. Joe, but Transformers is huge. Yeah, Transformers is making money, so it's like they're just like Marvel's just still barely trying to get a name for itself within the company.
Yeah, the toy.
So that's why I feel like And I don't get anything from Hasbro ever. They're talking about freestyle. I don't get anything from Hasbro. I got one San Diego Comic-Con exclusive pack, but that wasn't even directly from them. So that's me not trying. I'm not trying to speak in a way where I don't want to piss anybody off from Hasbro because I still want my free stuff. It's not like that at all. I just want the line to keep going.
Yeah.
And
we support it. We paid the money.
And Toy Biz was doing it all the time. Look at that bullseye mold. That bullseye mold was used ridiculously early on.
Real quick to answer your question, Bishop. I think there's pros and cons to every scale. 3/4 inch, like with G.I. Joes and Marvel Universe, is perfect for play sets. I'm all about play sets, and I think Marvel Universe would just thrive if they had like the Blackbird and X-Mansion and like the Toy Biz old like Danger Room play sets that they used to have.
Flying car.
And Avengers Tower, and like they had the helicarrier that came out when the Avengers came out, but that was kind of lame. And so if they did more play sets, I think just like what G.I. Joe was doing for a while with like the big pit that came out from Rise of Cobra, I think play sets are a dying breed, and I hope they bring back more play sets within Toy line. So 3/4 inch is perfect for that. But 6 inch, when articulation and detail and just standing, I think the bigger the figure is, it's usually easier to stand and get more detail and stuff. So I like 1/6 scale the best, but that's me. But I do love 6 inch, it's my second favorite scale, and I've been collecting it even longer. So.
The 1/12 scale.
Okay, 1/12.
So Ray, you get your prize. It's a TMNT 12-inch Michelangelo figure.
Awesome.
Yes, sir.
Hey, number 25, first of all.
Okay.
I do DVD reviews, and I get those ahead of time. I've been trying to get into toy reviews, but no advertising deals yet, so I've been thinking, would there be an interest in doing stuff I pick up at stores, or since you already get yours pre-advanced, would there be a point in me reviewing stuff that's already out, or stuff that I found in my attic, say, 10 years ago?
Just don't even bother anymore. No, we do get asked this a lot. Even with us, like, Sharmis has been doing it for a while, but I know it's a lot harder to get with so many people doing videos now on the internet, whether it's reviews or being a vlogger or whatever, it's really hard to get your face out. Even like, even for people like us that's been doing it for years, we have so much more competition than we did back in like 2008, 2009. And even we notice like sometimes we get things that get a lot of views, but not as much as it would have been back in the day. But I don't want that to discourage anyone, because I love seeing different people's reviews. I love hearing different opinions. Everyone has their own thing to bring to the table, and just because you only have like 100 subscribers versus us that have almost 50,000, and me, I'm so happy where I'm
over 100,000 subscribers.
I know, and I'm really, I'm so blessed, and I can't believe that for freaking playing with toys for a living. But so I think don't ever be discouraged. Keep doing what you're doing. You will find an audience. Just you gotta keep at it and just
consistency.
Be consistent, because any of us could fade away into obscurity, and it's really hard to come back from it. So you have to be consistent.
And make. If you're going to start making videos, my recommendation is make videos that you want to see.
Exactly.
Make what you want. That's what I do, and I've come to realize as I meet more and more people that watch my videos, I feel like they're not too different from what I am as far as an adult collector goes.
Right.
It's not too far off, but make what you want to see. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We just have our versions of it. We just happen to get started earlier on, so we've been able to.
We didn't even look at it like that back then, though.
Yeah,
It was just having fun making videos.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the time
from there.
Yeah, and time keeps going on. Like YouTube changes all the time. Like a year from now, I could not be posting anything at all. You never know. And then you could be, you could be posting all the time, and people would want to watch your stuff because it's entertaining people and people want to see it. So do what you want to see. That's what my
And
recommendation
then
is.
that'll translate.
Yeah,
to the audience.
my current toy videos are stylistic stop motion.
Hey, that's
Nice.
Cool. Keep on doing that, man.
Stop
That's
motion's hard, man.
that's a way to get your
My stylistic suck, so.
All right, we're on to the long.
Maybe so it doesn't suck then. If you like videos that suck,
Yeah,
what the hell is wrong with you?
Yeah, make the best video you can make. Make videos you want to see. That's my biggest advice we can give you.
Okay.
Make videos you want to see.
All right, so we'll move on. But Andrew, he wins a GLA Superboy figure.
Yeah, where's this free toys, man?
Oh yeah.
There we
Oh,
go.
the Superboy ticket. Woo!
Oh, there you go. Nice.
Okay. Next question. Okay, you probably want to pick it up, we probably only have 10 minutes.
So, well, I guess I'll take
15?
18.
18, okay. Very good.
We have 15 minutes left in the patent.
Oh, what's your question?
So, for Marvel Legends, what kind of stands do you use and where do you get them? Because a lot of stands that I have don't even work and break. So,
I think the ones that have been coming out with the Adventures figures, the little ones that connect, are pretty decent. I've been using those a lot, and they kind of blend in pretty well. I think, but
Suck, what are you talking about?
I think they're not. I use them all the time.
Are you talking about the one that replaced the Build-A-Figure piece?
Yeah.
I mean, at first, yeah. The one you have connected with.
Don't listen to him. All right,
So Mofex stands. That's what he's got. The Mofex stands. The clear stands, you can't see them. You can erase them out of your video.
yeah, okay, so there's the Mafex Spider-Man, right? Amazing Spider-Man, Mafex Batman. I use those stands in my video. That's what I use more than anything else. But you can't buy them separately. So my recommendation is Amazon has them for that's the cheapest place I've seen them is Amazon for $16. You can buy 3 SH Figuart stands. Not as cool as the Mafex one, but a lot cheaper, so you don't have to buy a whole Batman figure just to have that stand.
Yeah.
But they're very, very close. They have 3 holes in them, so you can move them around the base. They're absolutely, they're for sure the second best flight stands out there. I say anyway. So that's $15 for 3 flight stands. Not bad.
Okay, so Drew, he wins a Star Wars Episode 1 Star Spawn. All right, next question.
Winter Soldier, you were awesome.
He's a ghost.
Why do you think Marvel Legends are so much?
Oh, you gotta pick
Oh, yeah, pick a number.
2.
Number 2, got it.
Alright, why do you think Marvel Legends are so much harder to find than Marvel Universe figures? Like, at my Targets, I can't find anything except for the World War II cap and Superior Spider-Man.
Well, you're talking about the older Marvel Universe figures or the new Infinite series? Because I can't find the Infinite series for crap. I don't know where that is.
The Universe and Infinite series.
Well, so you're seeing the Infinite series on the show? Oh,
yeah,
wow.
I think everyone but Wasp shelves.
Wow, so you're saying there's a lot more 3 3/4 inch Marvel figures out there on the
Yeah.
shelves than the 6-inch versions.
Yeah,
And why is that?
yeah.
I think because they're just better. I don't really, I honestly don't, I have to really just make something up, a guess on that. I think it's just because I think it's just visually appealing seeing a larger figure. And the price difference is like, say you have a Marvel Universe Spider-Man and a Marvel Legends Spider-Man. So what, at one point they were like $15 for the Marvel Legends Spider-Man, $10 for a half-size version. I mean, I'm gonna spend the extra $5 to get something that's twice the size, right?
Yeah.
So there's that's a factor. But I think Marvel Legends has really stepped up their game, especially in the last 2 waves. So that's probably the
Army
biggest.
building. I mean, that's a huge draw, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think they've really kicked it up for the Amazing Spider-Man 2 and the Winter Soldier.
And build-a-figures, too.
Yeah, I think I'm loving what Hasbro's doing with the Marvel Legends, and it's great that they are kind of hard to find. That's a good sign. But also, it does retail toys are it's such a crazy thing because when you buy things online, you're pretty much guaranteed you pre-order something and it comes in. But the retail, some stores are really good about like keeping things in stock, but then one thing that's been the biggest thing, we talked about this on the Old Toy Talk podcast, is that Hasbro will have like cases of like 2 Spider-Mans and 2 Superior Spider-Mans, 1 Black Cat, 1 Carnage, and it's like the more popular figures are always like one per, like Black Widow is like 1 per pack and like an 8-pack, right? So it's like they think like, oh, no one wants female figures, even though she's the most sought after figure. She goes for $100 and stuff. So I think there's some retailers should like Target, Walmart, and stuff need to learn the supply and demand better, or what people and collectors. I know
That's almost impossible though, because they try, but
they
they'll
try,
still get it wrong.
but I know it's a really hard thing in retail because some they don't realize and they order like a lot of Spider-Mans because obviously that's the title character. But people have bought in so many Spider-Man figures or Iron Man or like Captain
Well,
America.
I think the best example of it is the Marvel Legends Black Widow from
Yeah.
Captain America Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
That is like, that's the hottest, like, you know, not getting neutral.
She is
here,
hot too.
You know, okay, I was trying to get neutral here. All right, but it's the most demanded figure out there right now as far as Marvel Legends goes, and it's a female figure. Hasbro notices that female figures don't sell so well, but everyone wants that figure. Look at the Marvel Legends Princess Leia, Black Series Princess Leia.
Yeah.
She's shelf warming like crazy. So it's just they can't predict it. They try, but they can't.
I know.
Okay, so one more.
Good question, man. Loaded question, by the way.
So you win a Avengers Hawkeye figure, 3/3/4 scale. Yeah, we'll try to get to everyone's question.
Hey, it's
About 2 minutes left.
Mr. Brett Styles. Come on, days with style.
You pick 2 or pick 14?
14?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Just a real quick question. Just got a short of time. What do you think is your favorite Hot Toys figure that you haven't purchased?
That I haven't purchased.
Yes.
Because I don't. Okay. God.
Probably played with it at my place.
Yeah. Oh, that I haven't purchased. My favorite one. Oh God. I'm gonna have to. Oh shoot. Let's just.
Here's
Next
my
question. Yeah. Next question.
Century then.
Only one question.
I'm just wondering, are we going to be seeing any more of you in the future? And if so, if you have a plan, like what reviews do you have coming out or would like to do?
I've been getting Scarlet Witch from was it Legendary Writers series a lot. Have any of you guys seen what was it, Winter Soldier? I know he has.
Yeah.
You guys see the after credits scene?
Yeah.
No spoilers though. Anyways, those two will be coming out. Probably some Avengers figures.
Comedian
review. Comedian review. The microphone just went out.
Oh, Mark 7 Iron Man from the Avengers movie. That's the
Yes.
one that I want. That's the Hot Toys. Mark's. Yeah.
There you go.
All right, so Brett wins a Marvel Legends World War II Captain America. Okay.
We're trying to get through these last 2 questions.
Yeah, go ahead.
36.
36. Go ahead.
3 is my favorite number, by the way.
What do you think of the Avengers Assemble and Ultimate Spider-Man toys?
Oh, okay, so the 3/3/4 pin stuff? I haven't bought any of that crap.
I have the whole
I mean,
And will it be
3 3/4 inch hole.
will it be reviewing Transformers again?
Oh, me? Yeah, well, you just started getting to, I got a bunch, I actually posted on my Facebook, I just got Leader Grimlock, I got Invasion of Optimus Prime, and I got the Dinobot Deluxe figures and Crosshairs. So yeah, I love Transformers, I've been buying, and I just, one thing I want to give up to Hasbro, I actually like this about the new Age of Extinction line, is that it's very easier to transform, because the Revenge of Fallen line was horrible when it came to Transformers, so for transformation. So I'm really excited, they're fun, and yeah, maybe they're not as detailed as they used to be, but I actually like the line, so yeah, I'll be, starting this week, I'll be doing more Transformer reviews, yeah.
Okay, so you win a Tron vehicle of some sort.
Ooh!
It's awesome. It's got light up feature.
I find flying
features. Yes.
13.
We'll go lucky 13.
Ooh, nice.
Go ahead, sir.
So, since most of the production of toys is like overseas, like just about all national industries, and given you could find a property that, wasn't really popular, but there was some sort of property that you could get a hold of, do you think like a custom, a small micro-scale toy company in the U.S., do you think that would be like a value-added proposition? Do you think it would take off?
If they,
I don't understand the question. So you're saying basically like if a small grounds up party just wanted to start their own thing on a franchise that hasn't been touched yet?
No, there is a they get some marginal property.
Oh, okay. So they wanted to just like say something like, say you just wanted to start making your own Freddy Krueger figures, something like that.
Yeah.
Would you stand a chance?
Yeah.
Is that no? You won't. It's so expensive.
And there's also like patents on pieces of articulation and stuff. Isn't there stuff like that out there?
Well, yeah, you'd be paying. Yeah, you'd have to pay the licensing and
Yeah.
all that stuff. But you would stand a chance if you did. If you hit. So far, the closest thing to that what I've seen is the third-party Transformer figures.
Yeah.
Because those are all just fan-made toy lines that they just create, and they're very, very high in price because they are third-party companies. The money to make the figures is very expensive. But because they're delivering pretty much to the T exactly what the fans want, people are paying for it. We're paying for it.
Yeah.
So if you were to do something like that, or whoever wanted to start something, you'd have to hit it right on the mark, exactly what the fans want, because they're going to have to cough up a lot of money to get it. So
Yes.
you have to deliver.
Because wasn't it the first Star Wars sword, you know, that plastic thing? It was just some guy.
FX.
Yeah.
Yeah, who started, and he started it in the U.S.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that one. Yeah, it's like
Yeah, he's rich now.
yeah, and then he patented it, and then they make them now, right?
Yeah.
So that's so
I mean,
like.
it's definitely possible.
But that goes right in line with what I was saying about the Transformers. That's something that Star Wars fans want. That's like that's the closest thing to a real lightsaber you could possibly have.
Yeah.
And
So
now
you
they're
get a
removable, the
money
blades are
for it.
removable.
I know. So I think you can stand a chance just if you do right and make sure your quality is good. That's the main thing, because some of these third-party companies, what can make or break them is the quality control of that. Quality control is a big thing. So if you're gonna prove to yourself with any license, whether it's Transformers or a smaller license like I don't know, like Tron or something. Oops, sorry. And then you want to make sure you do it right, and then people will back it up as long as you're doing it good. You know, that's the main thing. The quality has to be there.
Awesome, thank you. We'll make this the last question. We'll take a number.
You guys just.
3.
All right, we'll go to 3.
Okay, so quick question. I have a toddler, he's 3 years old, and he watches you guys.
Oh, shucks.
I started hearing Shartimus crying, I have no idea who that is, but that comes
It's
from
me.
him.
Oh, okay, cool.
But what kind of tips can you guys give for such a young person, like for him to start doing that? Because
For 3 years old?
he's 3 years old. He talks about toys, details, and he doesn't play with any type of plush toys or anything. He gets Marvel Legends, Marvel Selects.
Got good taste.
This is gonna there's no nice way of saying this, but
Can I say the nice thing?
Marvel Legends are like for 4 and over,
Should
right?
he even try to go there yet?
yeah, make videos for himself and for you and have fun doing it.
Yeah.
But for publicly posting, I don't think he stands a chance until after puberty.
Backlash.
Because as soon as you start hearing a young child's voice talking about a figure, I'm turned off forever. I don't want to hear it. You don't know what's happened the last 10 years. You've barely been alive for 10 years. So you don't know anything. So, and that's fine, because that's normal, that's a normal thing for a kid to be in that state. But I would encourage the kid to make videos. I made all kinds of videos as a kid. One thing that for me this is a dream job, because I made all kinds of home videos when I was a kid all the time. No one's ever gonna see them, and that's the way they should be. And that's what I recommend, like for your son, if that's what he wants to do. I would encourage him to do that. Make a ton of home videos, show it for the friends and stuff like that, and for the family to see and have popcorn. But as far as him actually trying to make it as a reviewer as a child, I mean. As soon as I hear that high voice, it's like I don't want to hear it.
Well, like my main
It
thing
sounds
is,
so mean. I feel like a little jerk.
Okay, real quick
No,
on
he
that.
is.
On that,
Yeah.
I love the kids that do the reviews out there. Like I have parents sending me their kids doing reviews all the time. It's adorable, and I love that. The thing is, the one thing you want to protect with them on the internet. People are very vicious.
Yeah.
People constantly think that I'm a virgin that lives in my mom's basement. You know, I have a fiance and I live in my own place. But so the main thing is protect them from that. Like I encourage that, and like even if they get no views, I totally encourage it. But just try to either disable comments or something, or if they get one negative thing, because it's hard when you're a kid dealing with self-esteem and having people who you don't even know, they don't know you, and they're mean to us already. And imagine how they are to kids. How hard.
And you can't interpret tones to the internet.
Well, the things that I've heard, man, it's hilarious. I like keeping all that stuff up there. It's so vile and obscene.
Yeah, we've got some real winners on our record.
Yeah.
Just have fun with it. Like let them have fun.
I'm just amazed by
Yeah.
how he talks about the toys and he watches you guys at that age already.
Well,
That is really cool. And that's extremely flattering.
I know.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I hope my kids do that to you.
Go ahead, Drew.
Yeah.
It's up by the state hospital.
Yeah. What's your son's name?
Anthony?
Hey, thanks for watching my videos, Anthony. Wherever you may be.
He just went out, he was crying to just go say hi.
Oh, okay. It's on the internet somewhere now, Anthony. Thanks for watching the videos.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So
From this video, please don't leave a negative comment about that.
Yeah, say nice things about Anthony in the comments, all right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'd like to thank Toyworth for sponsoring. Before we go, for those who attended the panel, I'll hand out some free toys if you want to wait outside and as soon as.
Yay, free toys!
And then, we took some people-centric productions, right there.
Yeah, take a picture of that. Take a picture of that. Make that your background on your phone.
And then Chart of the Scribe, find them on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter,
Oh, I'm not making the right face. No, what a douchebag.
and Sean Love.
Took that picture.
What don't we do in social networking? I don't know, so, all I can say with that, thank you very much for attending, and enjoy the rest of the show.